Hey everyone, this is Inferno. I'm doing a video on 2 vs 2 fights and some strategy involved in them. I'm going to start off here by showing you the build I'm going to be using. I made this 2 vs 2 build to my liking. See weapons I'm using the Frostbane, the ACP, and the Bunny Zuga Physical. For my skills here, I'm concentrated on the field medic and the smoke screen, and put an EMP and a reflex boost in there as well. Both of these skills have their certain situations where they'll become very useful. Also bloodlust, it's just necessary. But these are really my two main skills, and these are basically my two support skills. I like this build because it's flexible. That's something in 2 vs 2, you need to be flexible in your build. If you only have one way to work your build, you're going to find yourself in situations where you just don't have the tools necessary. Alright, but let's get going in a battle here. Let's see what we can find. In a 2 vs 2 battle, the first thing you want to do is look at your opponent's stats. Obviously we'll look at the first one here. Is level 26 Merc. He's got a artillery strike and a surgical strike. And then we look at the other guy, and then 29 Merc was a max surgical strike. Obviously in 2 vs 2 multi-attacks are very popular, and that's a good reason why. They can be very devastating. A one powerful attack can completely devastate an entire team. Something I like to do I find that if they're a very strong support merc who has a very high damage artillery strike, that's why I have my EMP built into my build. I can use that to take away their ability to use that artillery strike, and that completely ruins their build and makes them basically useless, because they have so many points in support that they really don't have the ability to adapt to any other situation when they can't use their artillery strike. Alright, and then in 2 vs 2 also, you also want to check out your ally's stats. You want to see what he's going to do. You see we got a max artillery strike here. He's probably going to be using that, and then probably something else. I don't know what he's going to do else other than that. But obviously in 2 vs 2 you want to work with your partner. You want to try and complement their build. For example, he's going to use artillery, so if I were to use smoke screen to increase his damage as well as mine, that's a good way to work with your teammate. But I'm probably not going to do that, because on these mercs with the hybrid armor, using the smoke screen is kind of not helpful at all, especially since the artillery strike ignores some defense. But basically in 2 vs 2, main strategy that you can focus on is going after one player, going after one member of the other team, both you and your partner, going after the same player. The goal with this is to try and force a 2 vs 1 on the other player as fast as possible. If you can do this, it increases your chances to win dramatically. It doesn't matter who you are. Juggling a 2 vs 1 is difficult, and it can be very difficult if you don't have the right build. And if you can get that 2 vs 1 quickly, you basically can guarantee yourself the win. But obviously on the flip side, you want to try and prevent yourself or your teammate from getting put into that situation. If it can't be avoided, it can't be avoided. But you want to make sure that if you're going down, you want to make sure you use all the tools that you can before going down. You want to try and make sure you use all your energy before going. Like this guy, he hasn't used any of his energy. He's almost dead. It's not really his fault too much, because he really hasn't even had a turn yet. But truth be told, you want to try and be as effective as possible with the time you have. If you feel you're going to live a while, you can conserve your energy. Like me, I'm conserving my energy right now because I'm waiting for that heal right now, because using a smoke screen against these mercs with hybrid armor is kind of counterproductive and a waste of my energy. So I'm kind of saving my energy to use it with those heals if I need them. But here obviously I'm going to want to take down this guy. He didn't get a chance to use any of his energy, which is a very big plus, and we force that 2 vs 1 against this guy. as you can see, put in this situation, he doesn't really stand a chance. Even though he only has a little bit of health left. I still have my energy, and we can just take this guy down. We can concentrate on him and win the 2 versus 2. So basically, that's the rest of the strategy. Once you can get to this point, smooth sailing. Just take this guy down and move on to the next one. In 2 versus 2, obviously, your ally, it's important to communicate with your ally, because obviously you have to work together. Honestly, I didn't communicate with him. I honestly don't do it that much. If anything, really, if you really need to communicate, is to basically communicate who you're going to concentrate attacking on. But even then, you don't really need that, because if you look at your teammates' build, you can tell what they're going to do. You can tell what kind of damage they're going to do. You can tell basically their strategy, and if you just go along with that strategy, you'll probably be fine. And if they attack someone and you weren't thinking about attacking that person, but you can still do it and it'll still work out, you can change your strategy to follow them and continue use good teamwork. But here we got him down, finish him off, and yeah. Waiting for my turn. It's always a fun part. Some good old lag for you. Okay, it's his turn, apparently. Alright. Well, there goes my teammate, but that's fine. Yeah, well, this is going to be part 1 of this video. I'll leave a link to part 2 right up somewhere on this screen, but just click on that link to follow the video to part 2. We'll go through some more battles, some more strategies, see what we can find.